All right, we're gonna start today's show. Loudmouth True. Got a special guest, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. We got Mr. Michael Washington, well known. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, and also, well, I might have my co-host introduce him. Uh, I have the pleasure to introducing him. We're happy to have him on the show, and I know he's a very busy guy and it's short notice, so I'm excited about today's show. Go ahead, Les. And
Oh, hey Mike, how you
Yeah,
doing, brother?
I'm good. How y'all doing, man? Good, good.
We're doing well. I
Yes.
don't I don't want to. Will really let you introduce yourself, brother. It's loudmouth truth, and we're definitely excited to having you on the show. But I love to have brothers introduce themselves. I know a lot
Okay.
about you. I
Yes.
told my friend and host co-host Mr. Henderson about him, Charles Henderson, a lot about you.
Hmm.
But being a tremendous champion of our community over here in Northeast Oklahoma City, and I'm not going to just say the city, but all the things you've done in the city for us, it really is helping some of the other people in other areas. So,
Oh, yeah.
um,
Definitely.
but
That's
but
good.
but from there, just go ahead and take it from there, and I'm gonna mute my mic and let you introduce yourself and go on.
Okay, good. Thank you again, Michael Washington. I'm a political activist, community activist right here in Oklahoma City. Born and raised. I am the eldest of seven younger siblings. My point, though, in being involved and active in the community, I was raised up here again in poverty, and we were raised, wondering where our last meals and things were coming from. So that told me in the direction I would be going as today that I'm sitting here today, because, like myself, a lot of unfortunate people, were visited, had traumatic situation conditions visited upon them, and bad, harsh teachers and police constant harassing and so forth and so on. So because of that, I mean, this kind of gave me the kind of direction in which I'm going in today. Not only am I a political activist and community activist, I'm also certified paralegal. I'm often downtown. I can always be found if I'm not at home in the community. One other place you can spot me 5 days a week is downtown Oklahoma County Courthouse. And if not in the county courthouse, I may be in city council meetings. So, I mean, I'm a pretty busy guy because I love my community. Not only a certified paralegal, I'm an aspiring author. I'm getting ready to put out 2 books. I haven't completed yet, but I mean, they're definitely going to be exciting. So, in a nutshell, I'm just, like I said, pretty busy, and I'm about my community, and we come first. I don't care who like it. Yeah, like I said, it's loudmouth truth, so we're gonna put the loudmouth truth out here. It's bottom
hey,
line.
man, all
Mhm.
right, that's what.
Yeah.
Well,
So
hey,
anyway,
well, I'm glad to have you, sir. As I told you before, a little bit about me. My dad's in the politics.
yes, sir.
Our co-host is in the politics
Ain't
too.
no question. Yes.
Right, and I just he gave me that look, but you know what? We need him, and I told him this many times, and I'm gonna stay on him. But as far as that, my
You
dad
got your
and
help. Got
Joe
your help.
Williams, Connie Johnston, Kevin Cox. I
I know
grew up.
all this. Yeah.
I knew all those guys, so it's a pleasure for me to meet you, sir. I've heard about you, but I've never met you. So
Yes,
uh,
sir.
I have some awesome questions to ask you, just about some of the history things about how African Americans are being treated, mistreated, how things happen. What I was always curious about, and I'm gonna start the show right off. What I was always curious about is how with the Oklahoma City bombing, because I had just graduated from Langston University when the
Mm-hmm.
bombing happened. It was '95. I graduated in '94. I was on my first
Uh-huh.
corporate job, and when the bomb hit, they talked about, and I don't want to be disrespectful. So what I want to know, I never, how did it affect the black community when that happened, like with the Oklahoma City bombing? Because they never really talked about our community. I mean, they may have in Oklahoma City, but in Tulsa, we never really heard anything. But
Mm-hmm.
I know there was some blacks that did perish in there.
Oh,
Because I
definitely.
right, but how did it affect them? I mean, because they said that most of the people on the east side knew someone that passed away in there.
Hey, question. Yes, yes, yes.
So
It,
I was
it,
just wondering.
it definitely directly affected us, my brother, because for the most part in 1995, when that horrific explosion occurred,
Mm-hmm.
Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols, as well as one other nut. I don't even get respect. Even, and as a matter of fact, I want to spit at the names when I announce them because of the dramatic situation in which 168 men, women, and children died.
Yes,
And for the
sir.
most part, it was, again, a callous act. Again, these people or anti-government and targeting the government, but at the same time, innocent men, women, and children were caught up in a crossfire. And if you in politics, you would call them casualties of war. Nevertheless, you sacrificed the lives of plenty. People's lives were affected, negatively affected. People lost sleep and having to try to find ways to bury their loved ones and waking up the next day and find they're not there. Well, it left a tremendous effect on the African American community because, like we're talking now, for about a year straight, that's all basically came out of our conversations was, hey man, do you remember so and so here was that man? It's a shame we can't see little Joe running down the street anymore. What about Mr. So and so that we used to run us home or whatever? Things of that kind of nature like that, man, it definitely had a profound effect on us. And mentally speaking, right there today, because it's so still fresh in my mind, and I imagine those who actually had loved ones who perished, it's not going to be an easy thing to overcome. And each year they have a memorial in recognition of that horrific day on April 1995. And again, it's fresh still in all our minds, and it's very, very harmful to all of us. We all still feel bad about that. And no matter what race or color, you shouldn't have to be subjected to having your life taken, especially with young kids in nurseries that don't even know what the world's going on, man, just simply being dropped off by their parents or whatever. So it was definitely a tremendous impact on us all. Horrific.
Okay, well, Mike, I had a few questions. One of my questions was because we've both been in on that front line trying to get our schools and stuff in order. But one of my questions is what is the next step for our schools here on the east side, seeing that they've closed Northeast and made it merger, and seeing that really, if we think about it, we only have the one high, I guess you say, Douglas and traditional black school, I guess you would call that, and then Moon being a middle school, and really we just the other two elementaries. So what would you say is what is our plan going forward as a people? What would you say it will be? Should
Okay.
be. I'm sorry.
Well, again, thank you for announcing that. Well, brother, let me tell you this here. First of all, we're in a deep state of what you call gentrification. And what that simply means is to take a downtrodden community and conform it to middle class status. So what that means then, in order to make that happen, that means a lot of outside companies, developers are going to have to come in and spend their millions of dollars to reshape it to fit middle class status. For the most part, the majority of us who doesn't know anything about middle class status have never lived in middle class status. That simply means then that we have to move out in order for them people to move in, because they're going to come to where the businesses are located and situated. So that being the case, we're going to need to close your schools down. We're going to need to move you out of certain housing districts. We're going to want to have to buy your property for little or nothing. That's why we're going to take your kids out of the traditional black schools, ship them to our middle class schools and our other schools over on the north and northwest side, southwest side. There, in turn, what does that mean then? That means families themselves are going to follow where the children go. So in reality, then, it's really a prospect that's laid and designed to make sure that our African American communities are no longer ours. Today, brother, we are simply are situated in what you call neighborhoods now. There's no such things as black community no more. So you get ready for that. So in reality, what we do with the schools, it really is no shaping whatsoever, brother man, because when you got government officials downtown, when you got business people who are high echelon, who want in turn to get back a community that once was there in the 1960s, what you have now is a conspiratorial spot. You close down the major schools on the northeast side that were so effective. And that is, like I said, example, you're going to take your Northwest Classism school, bring it over to the Northeast Academy, a traditionally known African-American school, and now make it basically a predominantly white school. So that tells me in reality what your plans and plots were for you to even do that in the first place, be attacking our traditional school. There's so many profound teachers and basketball players and so forth and so on that's come up out of that school like this. So what you did was basically erase all of our history, and you're going to talk about now put us in some little shelves. That's not how you do that, man. So in other words, the whole intent is to wipe out as much as they can the black community on every level. Our schools that you're talking about, once again, it's just temporary before they're going to be basically predominantly white. Why? Because you're not going to have these black schools initiating where we're talking about gentrification. So gentrification means cleaning up. You're going to have to make rooms for these kids to move out so that we can bring our kids over. We don't have time for get our kids over here yet. We want to come in and get ourselves firmly established before we bring our kids over. So again, with that school situation, that's why we have a lawsuit now on the Northeast concerning the Northeast High School, Academy. And then you have, like I said, one of the board members on the school board is Mr. Henry. He's attacking it, and I'm attacking him on another level. I have a lawsuit filed on the School Board of Education and Dr. Sean McDaniel, as well as other state officials. Well, and my plot is that you with intentional and reckless intent intended to deprive the African American community of what rightfully belonged to them, in retrospect trying to erase our black history, which again you're gonna pay for. Again, that's an open mouth talk. We're gonna we're gonna have fun tonight.
Okay, yes, sir.
Hey,
you know what? I appreciate you, sir, because I mean, like I said, me and Les was talking about this the other day. It's just not too many of you guys left. You know what I mean? That's not wanting to just come out and just stick their neck out there. They scared.
Oh yeah, definitely, no question.
You can tell the truth. They accuse you and they throw you under the bus, and
I'm ready for it. I'll spring
right.
back up and throw me under. I'm ready.
Well, yeah, once you build that reputation and they know that you're gonna keep coming, then they try. But that's why I say, my guy Les over here, that's why he's not like saying, hey, I don't know if I'm gonna do that.
Yeah,
Coach, I don't want to do that. You know what? Young guys, they got that fire in them.
We want to keep them.
We gotta protect them because they definitely try to persuade them away with just taking their family through different. Like my dad, like growing up, people don't know. A lot of people don't know. We were harassed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course, Brother Jack Henderson around the 60s and 70s. Are you kidding me, man? I know about that.
Yes, sir. I know you do. And so they still doing it. Like Les was telling me today, they do it differently. They're doing it, but they're doing it differently. And so to piggyback off of that question, Les had, that's an awesome question. I wanted to ask you. A friend of mine's called me the other day, and on 36th Street North in Tulsa, and also I've seen this on the east side, where they're clearing the old houses. Hey, grandma passed away, grandpa passed away. They leave houses to us, and we decide to sell the house or take the little money that we can get from the city and whatnot, and they clear these houses out, and then just leave the land vacant. There's a lot of conspiracy on what they're doing. So I've done some research, and I've been to Compton, California, and of course, Compton, California mimics a lot of our east and north side of town in Tulsa. East side of
yes, that's right.
Town. And so, right, exactly. And me and Les, we've talked about this, and we'll get into some other things. But I wanted to stay focused on this one question and ask you, sir. I've been told that the plan of the powers that be is to turn our side of town to an industrial park.
Well, thank you for asking. Once again, brother, it is for the most part ours. It's not necessarily an industrial park. Our part is these Caucasians want the east side back because when you look at traditionally speaking, the overall capacity of the northeast side, they have tremendous groundbreaking procedures and businesses and things. For example, on the northeast side, you have all the basic hospitals. And you also, everybody know you need to get to I-35 to go to Norman and Chickasha and, Moore and places like that. So when you have those things in retrospect, then you also look at in the summer, everybody likes to go to the parks. Everybody likes to go to Remington. Everybody likes to go to the zoo. Okay, so and look at it, Frontier City, all this here manufactured. This wasn't put together for you and me, y'all. I try to tell you, Urban Renewal already had it planned to put all this stuff over here. And the only way they can justify coming back and taking over and say, oh, they need help, they're crying. They say we ain't doing nothing for them. Okay, we're going to do something for y'all, but at the same time, we're going to let y'all know we're moving y'all out so we can take y'all spot now. See? On the strength of saying that it's for us. But in reality, it's not for us. So because we have
prime real
Oh yeah,
estate.
no question. But then again, you also what you call you have the economic development in the alliance or the alliance for economic development as well. It gives them the monies because 9 times out of 10, black folks don't have the developmental matching funds to get some of the money that's set aside allocated to help them build their businesses up. It's also again twist and twangle, y'all. In reality, it is a white man's rule, a white man's system that's set up and designed to protect them and to isolate the African American community, those who wants to go to bankers and all. Brother man, we got what you call redlining that's happened in the 60s that they're not going to let hold of. It's been so successful today. So like I was saying, you got all these perfect businesses and constructive measures that are going on the east side. All these buildings are going up. All these businesses are flourishing now. All these restaurants now open up. Again, had it been for you and me, they wouldn't have taken this long to get here. Watch out now. It wouldn't have taken this long for this to start developing now. So at the same time, they're telling you, hey, okay, y'all, we're going to come over here. We're not going to just give this y'all and leave it to y'all because we know doggone well that's how they see it. You Negroes going to tear something up for us. So clearly we know that wasn't for that. Okay. So again, that's when I said that they're not designed to give us an upper hand. It's designed to come back in and say, we're going to fix this up. And the whole and the idea intent is, like you said, to take our parents' homes and tear them down, brother man. They're not telling you what they're doing because here on the east side, they're building up new houses that's more and more, let's say, for example, more expensive than the old ones they tear down. So in reality, it's telling you what that mindset is. We're going to bring Johnny. Johnny don't want a $50,000 home. Johnny wants a $275,000 home now. Okay, with Mike Watch, can you handle it? You can't. Well, we'll get on up out of here then. See, that's the whole purpose, to hamstring those of us who want to remain here. So what they're doing all down on 8th Street and Lincoln and all those places in that area, they're remodeling those houses that were once 45 or 50,000, now it becomes 75, 80,000, and also down on Culberson Drive, they're doing the same thing. So what I'm trying to tell you, brother man, it's clear what these people are doing is they're coming back, taking the community back to the basic European style in which they did in the 60s. So again, it's all about them.
Wow. So with that happening, Brother Mike, what would you say that we should do as and I'm not really gonna say it, people, because only a few of us, we know that, but with the $275,000 homes, it's like in my neighborhood, right down the street. Well, we don't live that far from each other, but I live right here on Grand, and and they are building. They are trying to. They bringing a highway down through here.
Oh yeah, explaining it. Yeah.
And you see the proposal that they're bringing. They can start doing it more close to 63rd. They just redid it, and
it's already coming this way.
Yeah, they say in 8 years, but I think it's gonna be less than that.
Oh yeah, man. No, see what they're doing now is they're testing it right now, brother man. That's why they're coming up on 63rd Street where no housing and nothing. But as you notice, with expanding it, the reason why they're expanding it because they're putting all those buildings and things up. Now I told you, constructing the east side for them. That's why I said so they're gonna have to widen the lanes for the most part because traffic's gonna flow this way because everybody's coming this way, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So everything got to widen even where we on our end down at 23rd and 16th and 18th. It has to be expanded because, like I said, more traffic's gonna come from Norman, Chickasha to go to Edmond, going back and forth. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's all designed for them to have a one-way straight through flow.
Yeah.
And the only way they can do that, like I said, is to expand the highways because right now when you go, even when I come home at the times, I see the traffic so stopped up on the highway like you're on a regular street. I'm talking about actually stopped. So they're telling you already the mindset of those people. They are already preparing themselves because we never had that kind of traffic to flow stop down like that before, like this. Because they're telling you that more and more are coming on this side now, having to go back this way to go home to Edmond or Reno, whatever the case. That's what I'm trying to tell you. See, that's what this is spending. See, so they got to move you and me out through gentrification, through eminent domain, whether we like it or not. You got to go because if you don't want to go, we got the Army, Navy, and Air Force Marines on our side. We can move you.
Right.
You see? So then it's not about what we once bulldog tactic, home. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's why I have no respect for this government in the United Snakes of America. Once again, y'all say we're going to keep it real. That's what I call the United Snakes of America.
Right.
So that's what I think about it.
Oh, okay. So that jumps in. I'm going to take a left. I'm going to take a left because I have a huge issue. And like yourself, you're a man of God. I know you are, and I've seen your movement for years, and And just by saying that, I'm not saying downplaying nothing, but what I'm saying is that I see like a lot of our so-called black ministers, they're in my personal opinion, they're not doing anything. And
Mhm.
it's crazy because I've had a couple of conversations with a few, that their bark is bigger than they bite.
Yeah, huh? Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, brother man, you have to realize one thing too. A lot of those ministers are not going to get into the political flow of the established government because a lot of them have bad baggage that they've already told that if you continue to act this way and you don't work with us, we're going to expose you for your indiscretions. And when we do that, you lose a lot of clout, respect among your peers, or what have you. So, in other words, a lot of them has been bought and paid for. For the most part,
Right.
they signed a contract with white America to hold us back because they do have the influence in the community. The church is the influence in the community. Bottom line, why? Because 40, 50 people, 80, 90, 400, 200, whatever, goes to church every Sunday. So that tells me everybody coming to whatever the pastor say, we gonna do. So in the reality is then if the pastors really wanted to come together and say, okay, y'all, we're going to do this. We're going to floodgate City Hall every day. Look out, man, you imagine how we can almost instantly change our conditions. Again, the religion like that is designed to hold back. That's what redo means, to hold back religion. Okay, to rely on something that to keep you away from the prospect of you moving forward and really galvanizing the respect and honor due to you to be independent in your community. So in reality, then, the contract is set up with the powers that be against our so-called black leaders that they call off and hide them into secret corners and in secret meetings. That's why they don't ever invite me to come to them because no, we ain't gonna have. I'm gonna have my recorder on. We're gonna have fun. See, so they never invite me then ever. Because like I said, you say one thing got to go on, so I need to see where it say that on paper. And if I don't like it, we go in the court and we're gonna see if we can't change
That's right.
it.
That's right.
So that's what we're
Yeah.
dealing with.
So in now I want to ask some personal history. People you worked with. Who was probably one of the most helpful African American woman or male you worked with through your times of dealing with the city and the state and all these things that you've been doing, sir?
Well, brother, once again, you say we're gonna keep it real. I read we don't really have any traditional black leaders, business, religion, or even political that was on the first stage and front lines and helping us. Other than like I said, brother Leslie here, well, beyond us, and like I said, I have a few people in my organization called Empower People Incorporated, where our motto, by the way, is change your world and your world will change around you. So we don't just talk a bit, we walk the walk. And in reality, because we do, people have a tremendous problem with us because I attack some of their so-called leaders who I in turn reveal that they're none but like the brother said, their bark is wilder than their bite, in reality. So when you call them out on that, and I challenge them, I say, now, come on, everybody, put me in the newspaper, said I'm not doing something. Oh, you can't do it because you look like an idiot. So this give me a little leeway not to make them look bad because I can, but I'm not going to turn my head when you got all these people out saying that they need to hear and that you want to do something for us and we're relying on you to do something. When you turn around, it's always an excuse. Well, I'm the one I challenge that and I bring that out to the forefront of the people. I reveal those negativities, those wild, willy ideas that's designed purposely to hold us back and to prevent us from moving forward. So in that case, again, I've just had a lot of basically untraditionally known black faces and names. Why? Once again, because when you have the status quo, I'm going up against them, and especially them people downtown, a lot of them fearing to stay away from me because they know massa is not going to like the fact that they're dealing with me. You see, so because of that, again, I know I've never been one who play popularity contests. I've never won any of those. So, I really don't worry about what they think like that. So I
Yes,
go
sir.
out and again, it's traditional, basically the nobodies like ourselves that we depend on.
Wow. I'm so happy to have you on the show, man, because I definitely want people like that to represent me. I don't want to be known to be he working with the man.
Oh no,
I
I
mean,
can't stand it. You know what, brother? Let me say this right quick. You know what? If people would say that about me, man, they probably put a gun ahead and commit suicide, man. You see, that's what I
Mhm.
like about that. Because, like I said, you never heard one of them coming on Facebook saying, oh, man, he worked with the people, blah, blah, blah. That Negro there's too clear. He challenges them down at City Hall, the church meetings or whatever they're going to have. Who, him? So what I'm trying to say, man, we have to be different than what society is willing to give us.
Right.
We have to be able to take a challenge, man. I'm gonna tell you something. You don't fear about what somebody can do to you. You don't fear about, we know they got the power. We know they can put something in my food at night. But if I worried about that every night, the hell, I'd starve to death. If I was worried about driving down the street, somebody gonna pull a gun, man, I wouldn't be able to go anywhere. So what I'm trying to tell you, man, fear doesn't control me. I control my fear.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bottom line. And I've shown that. Going down challenging the police in the courthouses and things. I've shown that. I'm not just talking that talk, because once again, I'm one of the people who know beforehand. I got to go anyway. And once again, and when I do go, I ain't gonna know I was here no way. So what am I worried about?
Well,
so what I need to do.
You know what I like too about things you're saying is that it's not all about color too, because a lot of times our own people hold us back, like you saying, from the gold. I got plenty of other family, because everybody's family to me, but I got other people from the other side that be willing to go and stick their neck out for us.
Yes, we don't discriminate. We don't discriminate.
Yeah, and that's what it's just so. But the reason why I'm bringing this up, Mr. Washington, is that me and Les was talking, just like we talk all the time, but we just talking today about how when we step out there and we stick our neck out and we say, hey, this is wrong, then a lot of times people in our own circles will say, oh, well, you're bashing women, or just because you're telling the truth about some of the issues that, like, the vice president candidate, even,
Okay. Well, you must ain't seen my post, have you? Go look mine up.
I'm gonna go look it up. I'm gonna go look it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Go look mine up. Because first of all, this woman proved to me that her whole idea, and I did my own investigations on her, is that she wants to be black now that she's becoming the first so-called traditional Indian, when she don't even respect her own black part of herself. She always say, I'm an Asian black, meaning, in other words, an Asian American, not the black part. So what I'm trying to get at is this here, man. This woman here orchestrated throughout her years as district attorney up there in California, orchestrated moves to deliberately and purposely incarcerate black African men for simple possession of a marijuana joint or whatever. Now, come on, man. So that tells me her insight. In other words, to get in the door, in the position she is today, you have to prove to us, lady, that you're willing to sacrifice your own kind to be a part of us. And now then, so when you do that, we're going to make your bed for you. You ain't got to worry about it. Just get up out of it every day. We're going to have a maid come in and make your bed for you. See how wonderful you feel now? See how you got Massa on your team now? See how you can get up and get in the senator now? See how you can be the attorney general now? You see? So because of all those things, brother, man, I have to sacrifice your people, in order to be this here. So again, not only that, but then when you get a lady come out and talking about, I don't support reparations, I said to me, oh, lady, come on now, please, who are you? Wait a minute, pull that skin off you. You sure you black? How can you talk about that you don't want reparations for the free labor that our people here in the Western Hemisphere was forced by threats of murder, the lack of education, and lack of homes, and freedom, slavery, suffering, and death, to tell me that you don't believe we should get reparations, but yet everybody who involved with the United States has gotten theirs. Eskimos have gotten theirs, the Jews have gotten theirs, the Italians have gotten theirs, the Japanese have gotten theirs, and we shouldn't get ours. Lady, really? Now then, you ready for this? This is why they don't want us to have all these things, because why? A strong black man, a black family with money is a dangerous sucker to even deal with, man. That's why they made it a habit to say, hold up, we're going to stop these niggas from learning how to read and write too. Why? Watch out now, because a smart ass nigga, excuse my expression, like I said, this is free talk, let's have fun talk. Smart niggas like here, they got too much damn brain as it is. Now they have money. I know them niggas, because why? They came from a stock of great Africans who created the first civilizations, cultures, and histories, and in bombing their dead. So the relic is still there. So we need to keep them bashed. And for those that get set free, what we do, y'all, we're going to create a class society. We keep the poor here in the middle class. We keep you niggas. We can give y'all some of the crumbs, but y'all in turn keep them people from coming to want to ask something from us. So it's because that mentality, man, this racist, no good, watered down system of the United Snakes of America, and to the republic to which it stands, one nation under God. What one nation? Which one? Y'all's or mine? Which one you talking about? So we have to understand this, brother. There are two governments supplements here in the United States, one for us and one for them.
Well said.
I just,
I mean,
That's well said, Mike. That's well
yeah.
said,
I
brother.
mean, who's going to deny that? I mean, that the truth is the truth. At this point, when you're talking the things that I've seen just in my time period of being, I'm about 50 years old. I've
okay.
seen and all the stuff that you've seen before I was even around, that you and my dad and
Oh
Joe
yeah.
and Miss Johnson was fighting for.
Mm-hmm.
We still fighting for it. You know what I mean?
Well, let
And
me say this, brother, before you say it. Now, see, y'all trying to get me fired up. Don't do this. I'm trying not to go this far. But let me tell you something, man.
sir, I
When you
want you
say
to.
about these things, when you say these things are continually spiraling, not out of control, but spiraling in a direction to keep us enslaved and in bondage, denial of education, denial of housing, denial of jobs, denial of freedom, justice, and equality. Let me tell you something, brother, man. You don't hear me. The whole plan was already mapped out prior to us sailing across the seas in 1550 to John Hawkins and those slave ships with the name of Jesus and Carolinas and all this. So watch it now. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to go that far. But anyhow, those kind of things like that was the policies were already written before we got here, y'all. Now
Oh, yeah.
understand that.
Mm-hmm.
It was already designed and perpetrated to make sure that we do not have a come up method or mode from which to break ourselves free from the chains of slavery. And you want to know why? They created this class. That's why they created the class system, the elite, the middle class, and poor. So therefore, for the most part, those of us who they allowed to be set free, their challenge was, all right, we got 4 million black slaves through this Emancipation Proclamation. We got set free now. So what they do, they go through the eugenic system. These wealthy white folks, all right, now y'all, these Negroes going to try to come in and tell them what they want to do to us. They're going to try to hurt us. So what we're going to do, we're going to create these slave laws, and yes, and these police laws that's designed to keep these niggers in place. It's for the most part, they're allowing us, and they created situations and conditions for us that if you were caught out a certain time of night, they can legally place you back on the slave plantation because there was a prison then, but just gave it a different name. So what I'm trying to tell y'all, man, and when they did that, recapture so-called free slaves, then what they do, they write up a policy, says, okay, well now John do this here, so this is a good idea, let's write this up. So what I'm getting at, brother, the history behind the United Snakes is designed to make sure, are you ready for this? Look at your legislative houses. Why is it always 230 whites versus maybe 15 or 20 blacks? Again, our votes ain't gonna count about nothing because that 230 something left over gonna say, man, get your ass away and sit down. See, this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Why is it not basically more weighed out evenly? That's why you have districts set up to make sure white folks stay in power. See, that's what I'm trying to get at with y'all. Until you rearrange, reshape, redo, undevelop this so-called wicked United Snakes Constitution, we're going nowhere fast, man.
So let's get on with the police brutality. This is and I know Les got a lot to say about this, but
Coach, wait, let me say something real quick.
okay, go
On
ahead.
top of that, and we'll get to that police brutality real quick.
Yeah.
Mike, see, and just to, because I was kind of like talking to Coach about this offline earlier, but we kind of touched on. I was kind of sharing with him kind of about the caste system, and because you just definitely talking about how the system was set up. But when people started really digging into the way, and I know this is not about her, but it's what we're talking about. We're not necessarily talking about Harris, but we're talking about our people, and our people don't realize that this is bigger than. This is bigger than just saying it's about our skin, and it is about our skin color. But like you said, it's a classism type of thing. It's a classism type of thing, and I think I did look at your post, but what I wanted to say, because I was kind of getting beat up on yesterday and today, and I'll probably be getting it tomorrow, which is fine. But a lot of people don't realize that with the VP running, she has a background of in India. There's a class system or a caste system that people don't understand, that there's a hierarchy, and both of her parents are at the top pinnacle of the hierarchy. And in their system, the only thing you can go higher than that is a god.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I already know about it. Yeah, India over there. Yeah,
yeah, and a lot of us don't realize that. and then we start labeling ourselves. Oh, she's black and she's AKA, and she's this and that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool and all, but
Mm-hmm.
that's that mental screw game they put on us. That's
I
that
think,
mental screw game on us
amen.
because we're so accustomed to be emotional over emotionalized that we don't pay attention to the wording. We just
That's
be
it.
so emotional about it.
That's right. There you go. And like I said, see, let me tell you something. With emotionalism, brother, when you mad and angered and upset, you can't possibly think in your right frame of mind because
There you
your
go.
mindset is, I'm gonna destroy you at the instant.
There
You
you
see what I
go.
mean? Without even thinking about the consequences. But now, when it's all said and done, you're arrested or whatever. You say, "Damn, man, why did I do that like that?"
That's
So
right.
it's always about taking our level-headedness away from us.
That's
So
right.
that's why I have an opportunity almost on a daily basis. That's why if you see me, I'm always on the internet talking about something positive. A lot of people might not like my approach, but hey, you might well get ready for it because Mike Washington didn't change for nobody. Once again, popularity has never been good for me.
Right.
So whoever's in the way, but block me, go on another post, go wherever you need to do, because I'm gonna do mine the way I need to. Because once again, you just said it's bigger than me. It's
Yeah.
bigger than Ed or Joe or Susie. It's all about the Benjamins, home. Y'all keep trying to tell y'all that.
That's right.
The
That's right.
MONEY, home. Let me tell
That's
you
right.
something. Just like even with Fox News, even with this guy Zuckerberg who's running Facebook. See, all the people are communists, man. I mean, let me just
Yeah.
tell you like this. I mean, again, I don't care if y'all listen. Okay, listen, you get cast us steals and y'all whoever you want to be. You might well just get ready to get an earful, go get your popcorn and come on back because it's still gonna be the same thing. But anyhow, they have to understand, man, that see the social media and all the people were set up for the most part to garner control about what we like or don't like, how we should react and not react. So what they're doing is they're taking our so-called profiles, and that's how they know to put commercials and things on what you based on what you identify with. So in reality, what they're doing is shaping us and molding us into an idea or formation as to what they want or how for us to react or what have you. Now watch this here. First time you go against their status quo, oh, I'm gonna put you in Facebook jail for a week. I'm gonna put you for 2 weeks or whatever. You understand me? To let you know, hey, y'all, you think I'm not watching? I'm watching you at all times. You see what I'm saying? So
Amen.
it's always about what we say, how we say it, and when we say it, just like what you just said. It's how you say it, when you say it, and what you say. I know damn well I'm already on the police FBI most wanted list, not as a damn killer with my hands, but a killer with that damn crazy ass mind of mine. I don't mind saying I'm a tree shaker. Hell, if you can't get the fruit when reach for it, I'm gonna take that damn tree, and if I'm gonna make sure I get mine. So you might well get ready for it. You see, that's just the way I do it, man. I learned my schooling from Brother Malcolm X. That was my mentor and teacher. I don't mind saying it. He said, by any means necessary, by the ballot of the bullet, man, we'll get ready then. You say I can have a Second Amendment, and I'm gonna have mine. I'm not coming at you first. I'm not gonna turn the other cheek though. See, that's what we want the idea to let people understand out there, brother, man. You can't just do anything else anymore. I don't know if y'all realize it or not. Then I'm gonna give you the floor here. I don't know if y'all realize it or not. I just formulated with another brother, Omar. We did a more than 400-man march down there of black women, black men, right to Second Amendment right here in Oklahoma City, mister. From 23rd and Martin Luther King went to the governor's mansion.
Yeah, I heard about that, Mike.
And we say, bring your
Yesterday,
ass on up
I
and
heard
talk to
about
us.
it.
See? So once
Uh,
again, don't worry about what somebody think. Again, the popularity contest ain't never been for me. I've tried it and it just ain't worked. So that let me know I need to do something else.
wow, man.
Bottom line.
Go ahead. Go ahead, coach, with your question.
The
No, I'm sorry
question.
for holding y'all, man. I had to say that though, because that was I'm
No,
getting
Nah,
me.
you good. You good.
This is not about you.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? This our show. You do what you
Yeah.
need. Uh, I just I'm just so right now just at eye on. It seems like that we're. I would like your opinion on what we need to do as a just a black unity state. Like it seems like both our cities, we're all over the place. Like we were just talking about this too. Like you said, we don't. What can you help us? Because I'm at the age where I got my friends. Les, we got our friends. We're
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
we got the elders that I pay attention to, like you and my pops and
Oh yeah.
other people. And I know you, and I respect my elders because I know you
Amen.
guys been through it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that I know everything. But can you
What
give
when
us
you do us?
insight? Can you give us some insight on what we can do to get to come together? Because I don't believe that we can do this alone. We need people to help us. And
Well, yeah, brother. Well, once again, you let me tell you something. We're looking at again a two-class society. You used to be the elite, middle class, and poor. Once again, they've eliminated the middle class. Now it's the haves versus the have-nots. Now then, so if you deliberately, intentionally set me up, financially broke, uneducated, waddling from Elm Street, inundated my community with drugs or what have you, and gangs or what have you, well, quite
mm,
naturally, I'm gonna be once again. I just told you earlier, I'm gonna be so damn confused, so discombobulated, fighting you and trying to steal your car every time you turn your back. I don't have time for anything intellectual, anything common, anything on the
mm,
same camaraderie. So our idea number one is to get that gap, close that gap in. I hate you, I don't like you because you got shoes and I don't. The main problem that we don't have is that we don't have a community co-op. We don't have community togetherness, cohesiveness, saying, okay, y'all, it's us versus them. Since it's a two-class society, y'all can have y'all damn halves. I'm gonna have mine not have some of your ass ain't gonna be in there with me though. See, that's the whole purpose. You see, the whole purpose though. Go on, I don't need your ass over here. You done 400 years, you ain't done nothing for me, damn fool. So get away from me. You know, that's
mm.
where I talk to them in city halls and all that shit. Yeah, to go, man, I'm telling you, them cameras used to get on. Oh, here he come. What's he gonna say now? You know,
Oh,
I'm about mine.
you
I'm
start hearing
about.
the clicks, huh? You start hearing them clicks from that. Yeah, I
Oh
know
yeah,
what you're talking
yeah,
about.
yeah.
Uh,
But so the point is, man, we have to get that rearranging, reestablishing that firm foundation, that unity that was once, you know, when the slave ships, when they brought millions and millions of us here doing the Atlantic slave trade. Let me tell you something, brother. They packed us like sardines, and a lot of us died even from the stench and filth. Wouldn't feed us or whatever. But let me tell you something. When you get back and think about it, those same brothers and sisters at times commandeered those slave owners and captains of those ships and things. So we need that same camaraderie and same unity and cohesiveness that they had at that time, because at that
mm,
time, even they spoke different languages, they understood that we all going in the same plight. I look at you, finally a word that used to be ooh means, man, what the fuck are we finna do here? You see what I'm saying? In other words, you might say ibadubu. I say, man, I know what the ibadubu. Let's get this son of a bitch then. You see what I'm saying? They
right.
commandeered, they understood the language, because when you get to looking at yourself and something ain't right, you found ways because of our intellect, man, our intelligence. Why you think Master brought us in the Western Hemisphere to uh, industrialize this community the way it was, instead of being a swampland today? Y'all don't hear me. They already knew beforehand. We better bring these niggas on over here, boy, because look at their opulent lifestyles over here in Africa. The main ingredients. I told you that's where we had to go back and see what made us successful there, and to brought it to here. But they materialize it so damn disruptively, so damn malfunctioning, that again, until we can get back from being psychologically whooped, tore down, and separated, we're not going anywhere fast. So again, to bring us out of this gutter
Mm,
state of understanding, we must put our differences to the side and say, hey, y'all, camaraderie, this is what we're going to do. At the end of the day, okay, now I'm going home. Now, man, F you to death now. We didn't got our business up in the F you. But now tomorrow, now we're going to be all right. Meaning, what I'm trying to say, man, there has to have to be a shift of understanding, man. There has to be an understanding to where we're going to do this. We got a meeting today. Whatever we hate each other about, man, it ain't going to interfere with this right here. Meaning, you have to have discipline. If you don't have discipline, you have nothing.
amen. And let's go ahead. And I wanted to him to piggyback also too on the black family. And, we get a lot of flack. Me and Les get a lot of flack because we're talking about us black males. How we're disrespected in society, like you've been talking about the police brutality, what you're talking about, and then now it there it's been, and I say there. I'm not blaming anyone, okay, but our black women are picking other women, other races to
Mm-hmm.
be their, what would say, not their mate per se, but just their
Provider or whatever.
business business partner. For
Yeah.
instance, like if a young lady, African American lady or black lady gets CEO position, 9 times out of 10, her right hand person won't be an African American male.
Well, look
It'll
at it though,
be
brother. You got to look at it. Look at the way. I don't mean to cut you off. Like say y'all done started something here. I wasn't trying to go like
No,
this.
I understand.
You know?
I want to hear what you got to say.
Let me tell you something, man. You know why a lot of our sisters are turning the heat up and placing our brothers to the max? Because we've proven ourselves that we have been coward. Even on the slave plantation, man, the woman was more of a man than a man was.
Mm.
And that same mentality has shifted from the slave plantation. Master had me working all these damn years and all this. So through our seeds, it's germinated when we have sex with a woman and a baby comes about. That fear, that denial, and that I don't want to work stuff, it rolls off into the society of our children through our youth when we grow up. Because when they grow up, they have that same I gave up, I'm not important type of mentality, brother, man. So because of that, the black woman is constantly tired of being betrayed. She will listen to a man, but a man got to show her he's worth something to be listened to. You got to quit being scared of massa when he come in our house. Kick his ass up out of here if he don't act right. As a matter of fact, babe, I'm gonna help you goddamn first though. But shit, I ain't gonna go out there by myself. See? Right. Because of our betrayal, man, our women have gone to the strength. Women love strength. I mean, that's just a fact. The strength within them, the strength on slave plantation, you got to realize it's already germinated into their minds. She say the slave master, big old 250-pound husky nigga, oh, master, don't get me no more. I ain't gonna do it. I'm a cry. Okay, now here this woman say, well, hold up, who the hell you gonna help me? Yeah, I'm finna go. Oh, yeah, come on, master, what you need to do with me? Well, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. It was embedded into us to fear him. So when you have somebody like myself and others, you and others, that we are against the status quo from what they already have written up and blueprinted, we become a threat now.
Yeah.
And because we become a threat now, our sisters are told to stay away from us because if you want to make it in corporate America, what did I tell y'all? You tell that nigga to go to hell like I told you to do. So therefore, the family values are separated and divided and conquered. Every time we do something, oh, girl, that nigga that wait till turns here, you ain't trying to take my $20 check I just got over here. And you have to realize too, brother, man, a lot of our black women, and for the most part, these Negroes here, I like to get on them, they themselves wait till the welfare check come in and take all the baby's food, the money, the food stamps and everything. Come on, man. You hear me? That's not a damn man.
Teach. As Dr. Austin would say, teach.
You see? That's all I'm But you asked the right one to be on the show. Like I said, this is talking about Michael.
All right. Hey,
you know what I mean? So I'm just going to tell you what it is. I'm not going to you know, so I mean, because of that, man, here in the Western Hemisphere begin, we have abandoned our duty as fathers, as brothers, as community providers, as doers and shakers. And because we have our women has gone away from us, saying, well, man, hey, y'all, I'm scared of y'all, man. I mean, even when I got something, police riding down on me, I got my hands up being shot down, you're not helping me. I mean, I got the kids in the house that's hungry, they're your kids, but you don't go in number and have sex with me and walk on out. And when I get my check, you want to come back. Again, we've given them reason to doubt us. And then when opportunity comes for us to do something, you got to realize, I got mine, you go get yours. It's not about the unity in our community. Okay, baby, brother, sister, look, I got this here. I'm going to give y'all 40% of this over here. But what we're going to do, we're going to establish our committees like what made Massa successful. They sit down in their committees. They talk about the economics. They talk about how much it's going to go out. Produce is going to make this here and how many, strings we're going to pull. They sit down and orchestrate it, brother, but we don't. First time you and I get together, man, nigga, I ain't gonna trust you. Man, the other day, nigga gave you a pound of weed. You didn't send me back. What's wrong with you? You see? So when you look at those realities, man, so the woman and even the man, the intellectual side of us, we go to those people who have something to give back. You're not gonna just get something just to give it away to somebody who's gonna squander and give it back to the people you're taking it from. That doesn't make sense.
That's right.
See? So now that you're sitting back and you're getting your own establishments put together, you get your own businesses, your own communities, those things like that. Now that's why I've tried to tell y'all again. We don't have any black communities no more. We have neighborhoods now. If you live on 18th Street and I live down on 41st, that's our neighborhood. We can't go in the middle of no man talking about, hey, bro, let's go to the gym like we used to. Let's go to the black store we used to. Ain't no damn black store no more on the east side, man. All these goddamn Chinese watches now. I'm trying to let me hold on, man. I'm trying to not get this watch. But you know what I mean? I'm trying to tell you, man.
The north side too.
Man, I'm telling you. You know what I mean? I mean, Koreans, Chinese, Arabs, and then come and talking crazy to a lot of them. Man, you get out of my store. I call police. I want to do what they said one day. It didn't mean like it. I said, damn, you take your ass back across. Who you think you talking to, man? Really? Call it? You ain't called him yet? So everybody got, man, oh, I'm sorry, sir. What do you want? You damn right you going, y'all sorry, sir. You damn right you gonna be. Yeah, you think you talking, you ain't called him yet? Meaning because they've been used to the rhymes that they've been dealing with every day like this here. Y'all, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That this the monotony is broken when I suddenly walk up. Why? Because there's a time and place for everything, man. I don't just flip out on them because I can, but at the same time, I'm going to give respect, but I'm going to demand. I'm not going to ask for it. See, I'm going to give it. I don't have to ask you, man, will you respect me? Hey, can we do this now? No. We need to go out and look at it or what, man? Then after it's over with, let's try this again. Because if we can't get an understanding, that's what I'm going to tell you. Sometimes you have to put yourself out there, man. You're not tough. You're not big or bad or bold, but there are principles that you must die with. See? You must die with. The police brutalities and all this here, they're not afraid of black folks. They tell you that shit. Oh, man, he looked like he was 50 pounds. He's 8'6". I'm scared of him. No. It's already preconceived in their minds that this is a no good nigga. We need to kill him because that nigga that are more of them that's got power, the more less of them we're going to be able to have. Come on, man. Now, here you think they ain't doing it like that there. It's already predetermined. Even how the hell they shoot you with your hands up running away from them. You got a broken damn tail light and you dead. The hell you mean it ain't already pre-planned? In other words, that's a hit at that time. Come on, man. Goddamn right to stand. Okay, brother, go get Bob. You got your suit on. I need to kill that nigga tonight. Okay, Bob. That's your initiation, Tom, to get in on the goddamn clan on 5th Street or whatever we gonna do. You need to go do this hit tonight. Come on, man. They infiltrated all the judgeships and lawyers and DAs and all that shit, man. Come on, you talking to one of them ain't gonna hold back.
Yes, sir.
The hell you mean you got your hands up and still being fucking shot down? Goddamn sister going into the jailhouse hung. Man, it's the same shit the goddamn people that did damn Klansmen and white citizens councils and people done even back then, man. That's all that is. It's just in modern day's time now. They done dropped them the white robes and put on the black ones in the courthouse. Watch it, man. Come on now.
Mike, would you? Okay, so we talked about this in Lee. Man, you got it, brother. We ain't stopping you. Well, that goes into the BLM here in our city. I ain't gonna talk about nobody else's city, but we talked about it when they were marching and how they didn't give you an opportunity to talk. You had a lot to say, and I know you have a lot to say.
Oh, I think I saw that.
But a lot of people are pretty upset. Now that everything has calmed down. My issue is where they at now. That's my issue. But you have talked about them.
Man, you know where they are now, brother, man? They've given this lady, I don't want to say her name because, like I said, if I get there, then I'll have to be calling all kind of instances and things. So we'll just put it like this here. When you give them people positions in like on a city council meeting with city police reform and all this here, come on, man. That's why they went, okay, girl, we better put you over there with us or y'all getting a little bit too hefty here. So let's cool this whole shit down. Let them youngsters do their little shit they're doing every day. That's nothing here. We don't respect them. But hell, you got the Black Lives Matter. You got quote unquote international attaching. So we're going to let you be on a reform. Oh, good, Bob. Now we won't have a ran up talking about, free rights. Black rights matter now. No, black lives don't matter anyway. Bullshit matter. Okay. See? So it's because of that, man. That's why they gave us a seat on that goddamn city, not city council, but police reform committee. And that shit ain't nothing but a damn joke, man. How in the hell they gonna change something? Because let me tell y'all something, man. In other words, to effect an effective change, you have to totally undo a racist policy and practice that has been the framework, motivation of these Caucasians since it became an exception as the United States of America. Let me tell you something, man. It starts from the so-called United States Constitution. I'm not going to say Constitution. I don't know what the hell that means. That's what they say it is. But now I put my own spin on this. United States Constitution. Now, so what I'm trying to get at, y'all, let me tell you something, man. It wasn't until the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment that we were even mentioned as human beings. Watch it, Michael. Now, I told y'all trying to get this history, so I wasn't trying to go here now. So what they do under the first 12 amendments, we weren't even mentioned. Voting rights, right to housing, right to a chair, and as a matter of fact, right to a candy bar. You hear me? You were nothing but chattel slavery, man. So in other words, it's written up in the United States Constitution to make sure you and I don't have any rights. Watch it now. So after a while, after this 13th Amendment, which was passed about 1870, after the so-called Civil War and all this stuff here, you got to realize too, now you have the 13th Amendment abolishing slavery. Okay, you can now watch this here, but if you go back to the 13th Amendment, it also says too that a person can be enslaved and in bondage for a legal purpose. That's why they created the prisons, man, to put us back in these places now to where less of us are set free, y'all. I keep trying to tell you how to do a history on these people. So when the 13th Amendment was passed, they come with these slave laws. That's why you have these prison systems were designed to handcuff us and lock us and confine the black folks up because we set too many of y'all free now. They wasn't imprisoning their own people. It was only when they set us free in 1866 treaty when the 5 civilized tribes were told, y'all got to get these Negroes lands and things because they came here. Really, it's theirs anyway, too. But we know them niggas ain't going to say nothing. So y'all just give them little land allotments. Put them in that corner over there. And you still got to look at all this y'all got. And of course, we want ours now. You know, that's what Master was letting them know. But you know, I'm trying to tell y'all trying to get me on that. I'm trying not to get too far with it now. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. But anyhow, so again, these prison systems, these county jails were set up for us, man. And as a way to legalize and through the judicial system, all right, son, I heard you escaped Mr. Fillmore's plantation. Well, Master, I was set free, Judge. Put him in a slammer. Get out of here. I don't want to hear that shit. You didn't say the right thing. So what I'm trying to tell y'all, man, is that
they would lock us up for standing around.
I'm trying to tell you. You see,
and they do. They
right.
Lester's brother is in the house, but he's not on the show. He's in New York, and that's what they're doing up there.
Man, yeah.
They were using the mask as the reason. They were saying that they didn't have masks on, so that's why they was messing with them. So that was I know a couple guys from New York. They was telling me that they were using the mask now as a way to still do the same old police.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Stop and frisk.
Yeah, stop and frisk. Now the mask is a. So you didn't pretty much say it's required for us to harass you.
Oh man, yeah. Look at what Trump has done up there in Oregon, sending out the federal troops and telling me going to Chicago with it. Brother, man, this is anarchy, huh? I told you, man, this Constitution of the United States of America, they can do what they want, change it the next day, and in the next 15 seconds if they want to, huh? That's why it's written up like that. Oh, the president don't have executive authority. Well, the time you get to arguing with him, time y'all pass laws in a minute, 7 or 8 months, he done, okay, y'all right, I'm gonna get on up out of that. I'm wrecked enough. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, man. There are no handcuffs that's designed to protect these slave owners from preventing you and I from moving forward. Why do you think redlining was all about? What that did, what redlining simply means is that they would have different basic government grants and housing and stuff of this nature. So what they did, you and I want to get a loan. Oh man, I need to buy this old land over here. Really, Ed? Who are you? You black man? Wait, hold up, man. No. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute, sir. He just walked in, my brother here. Oh, come on, Harry. Yeah, let's go here now. You need $50? Come on, man. But I was here before him. Oh, no, you weren't. Quit the line. He was just over there drinking water. Oh, was it? So what I'm trying to tell y'all, man, is that it's already designed, perpetrated, and planned for us to fail. So with redlining and preventing me from getting a status position, then what you're doing me is giving me the crumbs that's left over by your businesses you put in my community. Because when you put your business in my community, at the end of the day, you're taking all the money back out of my community and put it in yours. That's why I don't have anything. That's why I'm fighting John for a piece of cornbread down the street. You see what I'm getting at? Because the money's going back. This is just over in y'all community. I'm taking y'all money from y'all since y'all don't want to do nothing yourself. That's why I'm promoting cures called Community United to Restore Economic Stability on the northeast side of Oklahoma City. Man, I'm telling y'all, it ain't out there yet, but get ready. We're going to have some fun.
We need to clone you and send you over to the North Tulsa too. Help some of my people. But anyway, I was going to say also too, I mean, we got them, but you know, they need some help, brother. They need some help. But I was going to say one other thing. Me and Les, we're going to do a Black History cartoon. And we want, what are you laughing for, Les? Like,
oh man, what y'all got me trapped in something? I don't know who to believe.
No, you good, Mike.
I'm serious. Am I lying, Les? Are we doing a Black History?
No, you ain't lying, but he good. He good.
No, I'm saying I want him to be one of the
one of the characters.
Yeah.
Okay, character.
Oh yeah.
But now I got to be a radical one. Now, if y'all gonna let me, I got to.
No. Hey, sir. You know. Let's tell you, we're football coaches. We know where to put talent.
That's right.
We know where to put talent. That's one thing we can do. Me and him, we make a run for it. If they allow us to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're too political though. They ain't gonna let us on the same team. But anyway,
I know that. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk all day about that. Let's go ahead, man. It's your turn.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay, one of my last questions for you is this. Um, okay, for your ideal candidate, if you had an ideal candidate, not me, an ideal candidate for city council,
What?
that was an ideal candidate. What would you what would your agenda for them be? What how would you shape that person to go tackle your ideal agenda for them to go to our for our city council? How would that what would you use for what kind of person would you want? I'm trying to get it
Okay.
out. What kind of person
Okay.
would you want an ideal person to do that job? An
Right.
ideal person.
Right. My ideal person would be, first of all, one who, even before running for city council, who was in the fabric of his community, going he or she going out every day, kicking it with you, eating at the same hamburger stand with you, and wondering, hey man, what's going on around here? I want one of the people that has a personality, man. The personality means you and me for one, and it's us versus them. I need to be able to feel that camaraderie there. And after I feel that camaraderie there, then we need to be able to sit down, and before they make any moves about what decision, what vote you want to tell us what your agenda is, and then we can give you our list of agendas to match what you already have for us. Because when you got people out there telling me, well, I want to do, I want to fight this, I mean, they ain't ask you nothing, but you just got to take what they say. Oh, no. I mean, them days over with now. We need reparations. We need voting rights. We need a right to own our own land. We need some stores over here. See, those things, then they have to be able to express themselves. And then that same person would have to say, okay, y'all, let's floodgate City Hall in. Let's floodgate this downtown. They ain't acting right. That's the kind of person I want. I want that fiery revolutionary. In other words, it's not afraid to call the people to arms when it's time to come to arms. So not only that, then we want one who's intelligent enough, who knows the system inside and out, and who's not afraid to accept criticism and able to accept intelligence on levels that they may not know about. They need to come into the fiber like ourselves and listen to one of us or all of us, because we see the activities going on every day in our community. We see the stoplights that may need to be here. We see a police harassing Johnny because he's walking down the street, drinking his pop or whatever. So, in other words, that person has to be able to listen and take our issues down to that city. Well, I call it city mall, because again, it ain't city hall to me. But anyhow, I got my own little sayings. I might write me a book on all this. But the whole point of the matter is, man, the kind of person I want is a people person, somebody that can be reached, somebody who's intelligent, somebody who's landed to go the extra mile for his community, he or her. So that would be my ideal person. And then again, I might be a running mate for him. I don't know if they act right like
You want me running mate? They need you.
that.
I was gonna also too, like you said, we're gonna kind of get to the end of the show.
Hmm.
One thing I wanted to say to you, we're going forward. We're gonna have some great guests. You started off. You set the bar, man. The ones that's coming on, there's some awesome people, but you set the bar tonight. I just want you to know that.
Appreciate
Uh,
that. Thank you.
I keeps it real, and the people know me know I keep it real. So you set the bar tonight.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
some important things coming out. You motivate me to want to keep
Amen.
this going. So what I
All right.
wanted to tell you, uh, coming up next week, we got Jerry Goodwin. I don't know if you know who that is. He's the
Oh, toss the newspaper.
yeah, Tulsa newspaper. One of his sons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very good friend of mine. I
Yeah.
believe Jerry. He's coming on the show, and he's gonna tell the loudmouth truth. But when he
Okay.
comes on the show, and then we got some other great people from Oklahoma City as well. We're gonna be putting on the show too. And Joe, like I said, your childhood buddies and friends, Joe and
Yeah.
Miss
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable calling her Connie. So Miss
Yeah.
Johnson, uh, uh, and Joe Williams, I call him Unc, because
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been knowing
Yeah.
he been knowing me since I was a kid. So Unc is coming on, and then we have some other my good colleague from the BLM and Tulsa chapters coming on.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
we have some other great guests from Oklahoma City coming on. But me and Les, we got a treat. We got a treat. We want to have. Well, and I'm gonna kind of let the cat out the bag. We want to have a town hall meeting
Okay. Good.
statewide, and we're trying to do something special. And
Yeah.
that's gonna. This is also gonna propel Les into his second
Yeah.
career.
Run for city council. Yeah. Uh huh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
'Cause I already told you,
Good
I'm not
topic,
gonna
man.
He's
That's
not
what I'm
getting out of
saying.
this. He's motivated me to do these things, so we're gonna motivate him. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot. Me and Les right now. We got a lot of great things. If you look at his background, uh, let's say something.
Say something.
Okay, so there you see
Yeah,
his background right
he
there.
said something.
He has artwork that's published. He has 2 books out there. A lot of
Oh
people
See,
yeah,
don't know this about him. And
yeah,
then
that's right.
we
That's
have
true.
we have a cartoon of a black history figure, which we're still working on
All right,
permission.
man.
Can't say who. And we also have a documentary that's going to come out, and we definitely going to want to need your help and some of the other colleagues that we've met. But
Great.
I want to make sure you understand that when we have this town hall meeting, that I need you to be one of the directors of uh this, so we can really make this happen. Because I know you know city business. I know my dad, my pops owns city business, but
No question. Yes, sir.
I'm doing this. This is my deal. But
Yeah,
this is the thing. He's retired now, so I want him to stay retired and get some rest.
yeah, yeah. He
Uh,
needs to, man. He done his. He done
Still
his
busy,
part, man.
so you
He
can't tell
passed
him
the
that.
torch. Yeah,
Right, you can't tell him that. Right. But
yeah.
there's some other people on this. It's gonna be a great staff of people, and I just want to make sure you know. And I'm putting this out there right now that we need to have this, and I think you'll help us be successful. What do you think, Les,
I
on that?
like it. I like him. I like it. My
I
opinion.
know. Yeah, and this was Les' idea. I have to give it to Les, man. That's why I got him with me when I first. He was the first person. I didn't even think of no one else.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I mean, me and him been working closely together the last few years. We've been friends a while and coaches together.
yeah,
We're
yeah,
close. I
yeah.
know his family and some of his
Oh
kids.
yeah, yeah. He good brother. I met. Yeah. Well, let me tell
And
you
so,
like this. You know, he told me. I don't mean to cut you off, but he told me to say that just
mhm,
like when y'all had it tonight, and I had to be there again when I'm called to duty. I have to come on my brother ass. You know, and that's why I'm here today. You
sure.
know, if I put something to the side because he told me, well, man, we got a podcast with a partner, man, and we trying to do something. When you told me that, I said, well, this would be a good way to get the voices out. So I immediately put to the side a previous engagement to make sure I was here tonight for y'all because I told him I'd do that.
Yes,
So
So
sir.
so
You set the
so
bar.
so, so Mike, yes you did. You definitely set the bar, my brother. I want to ask you, can you tell us what you got coming up next on your agenda? So we can get that out because we're gonna put this out on YouTube for sure. This is a heavy hitter, brother. This is a heavy hitter. You unload a lot on us, brother.
Oh, it's live
And
yeah,
right now. It's live right
yeah.
now.
it's
Yeah,
live right
it's
now.
gonna be on YouTube.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
trying to
but
give what I.
what do you have? What do you have coming up on for yourself and your organization for y'all next agenda on your
Okay.
calendar?
Oh, good. Yeah, we're going to have on the 29th of this month from 12 to 2. We're going to have a preservation banquet, and this is in relationship to my organization taking the initiative to save the iconic Freedom Center from being demolished. I mean, we came at the last moment. We had given the officials that were responsible for the upkeep of the Freedom Center, and they had basically just allowed it to just go to waste and almost become dilapidated. So what I did in September 17, 2017, I went down to the Historic Preservation Commission, and I just basically told them I'm taking this property. So here's what I need y'all to do for me. You know, I say this has a historical connection and attachment to it. We need to preserve it because it has historical significance. Clara Luper took the 13 youth down to the Catch drugstore during segregation times, and it's the longest sit-in movement throughout the whole United States, started in 1958 to 1964. So what we're going to do is going to have a commemoration banquet on the 28th, on the 29th of September. I mean, excuse me, 29th of August. That's this month. And from 2 to 12, from 12 to 2. And what we're going to do, we're going to have people is coming out and we're going to give out our Maya Angelou Community Recognition Awards. We're going to have speeches and engagements. We're going to have, you know, in commemoration of a 1 year now anniversary of the Freedom Center becoming a historic landmark. That you, yeah, that's a good picture of me standing right there. That's when I did my first interview that same year in September 19, 19 no, excuse me, 2017. That's the picture that got it all started. That picture right there. And
All
so
Yeah,
right.
I would. we're stepping our game up on loudmouth. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So yes, sir. We're stepping it up because you set the bar tonight.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. We've had some great. Don't get me wrong. We've had some great things on in the previous. Uh, it's just getting more and more embedded with knowledge and black love.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
And wisdom and
and
wisdom.
wisdom. No, well,
yeah.
wisdom. It's off the chain. I mean,
Yeah.
Amen.
if you want some wisdom, you better turn your TV on loudmouth too,
Amen.
because you got
Yeah,
people coming on now. I don't know where they watching from. They might be in Chicago. They might be in LA. I got friends. I'm telling everyone because where we live is is Black Wall Street. And see what
mm-hmm.
people don't understand is
Yes.
after the riot, after the riot, it wasn't for the blacks in Oklahoma City and some of the and not just black banks in Oklahoma City, but even
Mm-hmm.
the white banks in Oklahoma City. The people in Greenwood couldn't get a loan. There was no loans
Amen.
given out, so they had to go into the city to get the loans to rebuild.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And so what I'm saying from that is that we need North and East side to come together to help both sides.
Yeah, well,
Uh,
we can do that, brother. Like I said, we just have to put our differences to the side, our egos to the side, and let's come together for the common good of our future. Our children are the ones we should leave in better conditions than what we have them in.
generational wealth, yes, sir.
There you go. And then, like I
Uh,
said, establishing bank accounts for them and stuff like that.
hey, I know y'all was laughing at me earlier, but I gotta get this out right here because this is
Okay.
this this is vintage. What was you telling them people right there?
Well, right there, it was basically, he was talking about, like, again, when we was experiencing a lot of those traumatic situations, conditions with people, blacks being shot down by the police. I was saying, all right, everybody, I don't care what, y'all see this guy behind me? That's what I was saying. You see this guy, Chief Bill City? We don't care nothing about him being in there, do we, y'all? You thought I was going to bite my tongue while he's sitting there. No, no, no. I don't care about all the others sitting up there with him. We're going to protect ourselves, us versus them. That's what I was telling them, letting them know, hey, man, here's what you need to do. You need to file your lawsuits. If you got your camera on, every time they stop you, pull you over, let them know, hey, man, my camera's on. So if you try to do something to me, I got you recorded. Go ahead and do what you want to.
That's what I'm. Hey, Les, remember when we
Yeah, I
said
am.
that? You remember when y'all said that? He told so with that phone. Then I told you.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I
Loud
got
mouth
one
truth.
with the phone.
Loud
Yeah, I
mouth
got,
truth.
yeah. So,
He
I'm just
probably
letting them
telling
know,
his
man.
little girl, it's okay. That black man know what you talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what he
He was
told.
looking up. He's like he ready to chop my head off, and you just look
He's
at
like,
him.
oh, that's
Yeah,
status quo.
yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna move on.
But that's it, brother. Like I said, I just wanted to give back. And we got $25 million coming out to our project over in the Freedom Center, and that's going to be well modernized. It's going to be, large stories, and it's going to be monumental walls of, great pioneers and educators and teachers and business owners and black faces that made a difference here in the Western Hemisphere of America. And that's why they were trying to basically, the owners of it, actually the preservers of it, they were actually wanted to the keepers. Let's just say the gatekeepers. I just took it from there. I'm the gatekeeper now.
Now
But
I don't know
anyway.
if I'm opening a can of worms right here, Les, but
Now you
it's like
now
he
everything he tell you is the truth.
oh no, I know that. But I'm
No,
saying
yeah, no,
like
that's
he
the fact. I
talking.
went down there. I got paperwork saying I did it, not
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Oh no, I
everything.
know. See that none of that is what I'm talking about. I
Oh,
know this, sir. I'm saying you just see the faces right there, okay? If can you guys see what I'm seeing here? These
Hmm.
faces of gentlemen right here.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
matter what, no, we're not even talking about what color. Okay, but you see their faces, right? They're looking
yeah,
in like, hey, man, I wish
yeah.
you sit down.
Hey, did you see that one with the camera? Go put
Uh-huh.
the one with the camera over there. That's what I'm trying to say. Why I had a camera in my hand. That's why I
Oh
was
yes,
letting
sir, yes,
everybody
sir,
know.
yes, sir.
That's why I was telling them right there, hey man, here y'all see what y'all got this camera. Don't take that stuff from them no more. If you see your brother and sister being pulled over, stop your car and watch them protect themselves because as y'all see, it is a war on African Americans here in Oklahoma and
yeah.
across the board. That's why.
Woo!
Right.
Les, awesome.
Yes, awesome
Awesome,
show, man.
awesome show, man. Awesome show. Because this is what it's about. This is what it's about everywhere. Not just Oklahoma City, not just Tulsa,
Mm-mm.
everywhere.
Yeah,
And Mike, Mr. Washington, no disrespect, Mr. Washington, he is covering it all. He's letting them know
yeah,
and you don't see that too much of that. I know Mario. I can speak for him. I know Jerry. I can speak for him. But everybody's not doing that.
No,
No,
man.
no. And that's why when we discussed, brother, uh and you asked me who I knew, I said, yeah, I got somebody for us, and he was always in the back of my mind, brother, and I'm really excited that we brought him on, man,
Hmm.
and this ain't gonna be the last time, brother, that you own.
Man, I'll try to get there if I can get there for you. I'm here
Yeah,
for you.
yeah. This ain't gonna be the last time. We really appreciate you dropping that knowledge on us and and
Amen.
and, and
That's what I'm
showing
here
us
for.
what it is.
That's what I'm here for, man. Like I said, my point is, I mean, you've seen me go down there in that city council meeting. I let
Oh
them
yeah,
people
oh
know
yeah,
what's going on. I
oh
don't hide
yeah.
nothing back.
And
Don't like
and
no
and the
country.
school board. I done seen you
All of
do
them.
do that on the school board too.
All of them. You know,
Yeah,
that's what they be saying. Oh man, here he come, Lord. What he got to tell us? Here he comes.
That's what
yeah,
the picture
yeah,
is like.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
So
yeah.
I like the fact, man, you
Mike,
put him on his toes.
Mike, I remember the day that that they was closing the store that Saturday, and Mike said, uh, uh, Coach Henderson, Mike said, "You want to talk?" I said, "Nah."
Yeah,
He asked me, "Did I want to talk to the cameraman?" I said, "Nah,
yeah,
you go
yeah,
ahead."
yeah,
Yeah, let Mike talk. Don't get
yeah.
in. Don't,
Yeah,
don't,
We already
let
know
Mike.
I'm gonna lay it
don't talk
down.
to Mike. You don't want to talk to Mike. Get away from me.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
sir. Why? Ask before you go. One thing I ask Les right here. Uh, speak again, Les.
Huh?
Say say something. How much it
Say
costs to
something.
have all those paintings in my man cave? How much would that cost me?
Huh?
How much all them paintings it cost if I get one, two? You already. Hey,
Oh,
this
that's
is
what you
my
were
guy.
saying back there.
My
Yeah,
guy.
that's good
No,
right
no, no.
there.
This is my guy. He sent me two beautiful
Man, I'm
portraits.
telling you, I know he get down. I seen him. He don't let me know about it
Now,
before.
my question is, now Coach McKnight last week, he came on, he had the pool in the background. So he won.
Yeah,
He won. So Les ain't gonna get nothing because he's a host. So he don't
yeah, right, yeah.
he got
But
he
man,
getting
that's powerful
yeah,
work, there, man.
yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying.
need to
He
promote
doing
that,
this
man.
for yeah, who can mess with that? So like we got Coach McKnight, we got Coach McKnight. You see my decor. My
Yeah,
decor
yeah,
is nothing.
yeah.
Okay,
Man,
so
I'm
now I
telling you.
got the loudmouth truth on there. Everybody know
Yeah,
about loudmouth truth, but you
man,
know
y'all
the
got it
decor on
going.
that. But my question is how much that cost less to get those paintings in somebody's room if they wanted to get that
Yeah,
little print
man, tell them
there.
about that. Yeah, tell them
He
about that.
last time he told me this is what he told me last time before he
Hey man.
said this. He told me this last time. No, 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 let me interrupt. He said, uh, that's some of this stuff in here priceless, coach. I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah,
I'm like, what?
yeah,
I'm like, you better put that on the print,
yeah,
boy.
Hey
man.
man. Hey.
You can, yeah, you can do some
It
oxygen
is what
on
it
that,
is.
man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he got some nice work,
I see.
Mike. Make
Yeah,
him give you something for this be
yeah.
on this
Hey,
show.
man. Hey, he got some options over that stuff material, man. I'm telling you, man.
See,
Yeah.
we got people giving away T-shirts,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
You gotta get we put our guests in a raffle to get some of the artwork.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I
well,
just told
well,
you all of that.
we definitely gonna take care of you, Mike, man. And
Oh man, you took care of me now, but let me get up and voice my
My
opinion.
wife's gonna
Yeah,
also. My wife does T-shirts. She's gonna send you a loudmouth T-shirt.
yeah,
We gonna, and then we're gonna see what Les wants to do. Les, he's gonna knock your socks off because hey, I got some real nice stuff. I haven't even put it in my decor yet, but I'm gonna
man.
pop it out probably.
Y'all let me speak is my reward, man. I mean, I can. That's the best I can ask for. Now, I will take the T-shirt. 'Cause I want everybody to know. See, I ain't lying. I was on the show. Look, see, I got it. You know.
Yes, sir. But I
Yeah.
got to get my decor ready for this town hall statewide meeting, man. It's gonna be awesome, man.
Yeah, I think it will be.
Like I said, I definitely want you to help us organize it and make it where it has validity to do something in the cities and get on above, go to the city, charters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Get to,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely. I
So
think you're making a historic move here. Like I said, even what we did with the Freedom Center, man, that was a historical perspective. We did something
for
even the
sure,
late great Clara Luper didn't do, and now she can smile and knowing that her history is not going to be erased.
she's
You
one of
know.
my favorite. Liz Looper, Maxine Horner.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
uh,
man. Yeah.
Now I don't Kevin Cox. Now
Yeah.
this is back when I was a boy. I mean I just remember them doing stuff. along with
Yeah,
my dad and Joe and
yeah,
the Tulsa guys. Now you heard of Kevin Matthews.
yes.
Yeah, Kevin Matthews. I've I've seen people be real proud of some of the things he's done also. But we
He's
need
here at the Congressional Black Caucus now. He's doing his job, man. Yeah,
yes, sir.
yeah, he's doing
Right.
his
So we really need the torch to be passed. Michael and Mr. Washington and I think you need to be one of the bearers of that torch to
yeah,
make sure it's
man.
on the right hand.
Well, like I said, with my
Say
point is
that.
help out where I can, brother. And
Yes,
again, I
go
appreciate
in the
y'all.
wrong hands, we're gonna go down the drain. I'm
Yeah,
just saying. I'm just
yeah,
saying.
we ain't gonna let it go. We ain't gonna let it go down the drain because, like I said, I'm on the like I said, not only a tree shaker, I love filing lawsuits, man. I mean, because I have a right to do it. We might as well have fun with it.
Yes, sir.
Mama, had to get
Any
out of here, y'all.
questions?
But I appreciate you
Yes,
so
sir.
much
We out
for
of
letting me
here.
be a part of it. Hey, y'all, one love and thank y'all so much, man. And hopefully, like I said, we don't let this be the last time, man. One love and God bless y'all, man.
All right. Thank you for being on
God
Okay,
bless you,
Loudmouth,
Mike. God
okay,
everybody.
bless.
We signing
Hey,
out.
Mike, thank you, brother.
automatic, man. All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right,
Again,
take care.
Loudmouth Truth. We just had the legendary Mike Washington on here, man. And I'm telling you right
Yeah,
now, that excites me just like touchdowns. That excites me just like winning what 50. Well, I mean, we most wins in 50 years.
yeah.
And
That excites me like
nobody
Christmas
knows
time. Christmas time in the summer.
it. Laughing, enjoying the
Yeah,
history.
yeah.
Loudmouth truth, man. We're gonna
All right.
want big things from us. Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Good night.
Thanks,
Take care.
Coach. Another one.
Take care. Another great one, brother.
Yes, sir.
Later.
Later.